One Life is a movie that came out in technically 2023, I think. Maybe it's just in England and it's coming out. Anyways, I went to Regal Mystery Movie Monday this week, and One Life was the movie that was playing. It is a new movie with Anthony Hopkins and Helena Bonham Carter. This movie is based on a true story of a man, Nicky something, I can't remember his last name. But he was a man who was in Prague during World War II and saw all these refugees, all these children who were homeless and such like that. And he decided to make it his mission to rescue as many kids as he could. In total, he rescued, I think, 669 children, brought them from Prague over to England with foster families, essentially. And so that is what the movie is about. The movie kind of flashes back to when this was actually going down, and then it goes to the past. Anthony Hopkins plays the older version of this man who has extreme guilt over the fact that he couldn't rescue more, essentially. And throughout the movie, it just goes back and forth from the actual mission of when he was doing it to him as an old man now, and how he's moved forward from it and how he hasn't moved forward from it. And this was a movie that I had no clue, I had not heard of it. The opening titles do not say the movie, so I had no clue what it was the entire movie. I knew it was PG, and the movie starts with saying something about Hitler and World War II and such, and I was like, this is a PG movie, and we're going to be going over the Holocaust? Strange, but okay. And while it is, there's nothing terrible or PG-13 in this movie. It's very much an adult film. I don't think a kid would want to sit through this movie. I really don't. So bear that in mind. If you're taking your kids to this, I don't know if they're going to enjoy this. I really don't. I think this is very much a great movie to watch with your grandparents, really. Not that it's not interesting or anything like that, because it really is. I had no clue about this story. I had no clue. I knew nothing. Like, I just knew nothing about it all. I didn't even know that. I knew, obviously, that there were some people trying to get children to safety. I didn't realize, like, there was a one man who essentially organized all this and, got people to help him, bring over almost 700 children and save their lives. That's crazy to me. So yeah, it's an incredible story that I just knew nothing about. And I'm not gonna lie, this movie got me. I was crying by the end of this movie. I will say this, it's kind of cheesy. However, it sounds like that's what happened in real life. I'm not gonna spoil what happens in real life. By the way, Chester's chewing on his bone. And by the way, this is the final video probably from this apartment. I don't think I'll be doing any more videos after this video. This is it. So yeah, good job, One Life. You will be the final review in this apartment after I drop you. So yeah, yeah, this is it. This is the final video at this apartment. Yeah, ugh. Now, why did I go all dark? I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Here, like this. Oh, sorry. But yeah, this is it. The final video in this apartment. So yeah, I just did not expect myself to be bawling my eyes out the way I was. It's not even sad per se. It's honestly pretty happy. And I was kind of a wreck after watching this for some reason. I had been struggling at work, been having a rough time and such like that. So I think maybe that was part of it too. I'm just so stressed out, so upset and not loving my new job that I started 3 months ago. So, that's part of it, I think. And I don't know why this movie particularly brought it out of me, but it did. So yeah, bear that in mind. But I was very much moved by this movie. And it was very cheesy. It's very much something you would see in a movie, but if it happened in real life, it happened in real life. And yeah, and it's just an incredible true story. And the fact that this man struggled so hard with not being able to save more children when he saved almost 700 children, that's insane. Like, wow, that's amazing. And that's kind of something that's brought up in this movie. Someone's like, literally, you saved 669 children. Good for you, dude. And so, yeah, I mean, it really is just an incredible true story that I didn't know about. It is definitely paint by numbers. You've seen this kind of thing before. It's very much one of those based on a true story kind of movies. It honestly reminded me a little bit of The Boys in the Boat, which takes place in around that same time. No, it 100% does, because I remember there's a cheesy, weird-looking Hitler in The Boys in the Boat. So it takes place during this time, and it has that kind of feel to it. I think this is better than The Boys in the Boat, but it's very formulaic. You know everything that's going to happen with this movie. You can guess everything that's going to happen with this movie. But that doesn't stop it from being a really beautiful story. It's not one you've really seen before. That was kind of my problem with The Boys in the Boat. It's just like, I've seen this movie 100,000 times, just done better. Sorry, George Clooney. This movie just, again, it got me. I was bawling my eyes out by the end of it. I just was not expecting to be bawling my eyes out after watching the first hour of this movie. And by the end, bawling my eyes out. I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, all in all, it's fine. Again, I think I've said this with every single video I filmed tonight. I'm not watching this movie ever again. The only time I could see myself watching this movie again is if, I don't know, my grandparents are watching it, or my parents are watching it, something like that. Like, it's one of those movies. Same thing what I said with Boys in the Boat, actually. I said, you know, like, I was talking to my parents. I was like, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to like this movie. They did like that movie. They're going to like this movie. It's just one of those movies that, I don't know, for some reason, that demographic likes these kind of movies. So yeah, it's a really nice watch to watch with your family. I wouldn't say little kids would like this, like I said, but it's a nice watch. All in all, it is generic. It's very predictable. But it is touching and it is sweet. Anthony Hopkins is, he's great. It's Anthony Hopkins. He's he's always giving great performances. So, yeah. All in all, I'll go 7 out of 10 with this one. Other thing I will say about this movie too is maybe it's a bit too long. It's like almost 2 hours, and I kind of started getting bored. Similar to what I said about Nyad, and did I say it about another movie tonight? No, I think that was just Nyad. It feels a little repetitive at points. It's, we're going to go save children. Bring in some children. We're going to go save more children. Bring in some more children. It is somewhat repetitive, I will say that. Other than that, though, it's a really good movie. It's not a really good movie. It's a good movie. Yeah, it's a feel-good movie, I guess. I'll give this movie a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 is what I'll give this one. And that is it from the Haywood apartment here. You're probably seeing this after I've already started filming some reviews in the new apartment, so this is going to be weird for a while, but it is what it is. Chester, where are you at? Would you like to say anything to the folks before we leave this apartment? Would you like to say anything? You have a fan base out there. Yeah? They love you. Chester is very confused. He's been watching me move stuff and put stuff in the car, and he doesn't like it. He's been, like, yelping when I go to the car, and he's like, "What? Why are you putting all this stuff in the car? Where are we going?" And I brought him to the new place a couple times because we actually moved in. Well, we actually got my keys a week ago now. So we've been bringing stuff, little loads in. Tomorrow's just the big stuff that we're finally getting out. So, yeah. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys have yourself a great night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go pack and clean, all that fun jazz. Have a good one, guys. Bye.